On Monday, Ankita Gupta won the APAC regional round with a score of 29-25 against Reyes. Yesterday, we saw Riziki Nielsen win a close battle in a tiebreak during the EMEA round with a score of 26-24 against Stefan. And today, we'll conclude this regional rounds week with two more of the bravest, fastest, and most advanced visual developers from the Webflow community. They'll be going head to head for a chance to win airfare, hotel accommodations, and a ticket to Webflow Conf. Welcome to the 2023 Webflow Speed Build Challenge. Now, if this is your first time tuning in for a Speed Build Challenge, let me walk you through how it works. Our challengers will be given a random prompt, which you, our virtual audience, will help us choose on an online poll. The prompts for this year will include a type of layout or component to build, the general topic of the content for the layout, a theme for the design, and a Webflow interaction they need to use. As far as the rules go, each challenger will have only 20 minutes to quickly design their build and then build their projects in Webflow. Also new this year, challengers are allowed to use any third-party tool that is free and even add custom code to help with their project. Once completed, our judges will give each project a maximum score of 10 points. And you, our live audience, can give a challenger 2 bonus points by voting in a live poll during the judging phase. Speaking of judging, let's quickly meet our amazing guest judges. First, we have senior brand designer at Attentive, Tanner Leslie. Welcome.
Hey, Nelson. Glad to be here. Great day for a speed build challenge.
Yes, it is. Next, we have designer and developer and competing challenger for best dress shirt for a Webflow live stream, Austin Thiesing.
Hey, Nelson, how's it going?
Going well. We're going to compete soon. I got to get a better shirt.
Can we run a community poll?
Maybe later. Next and lastly, we have the second place winner of last year's Speed Build Challenge, Casey Catalbas. Welcome to the stream.
Hey, Nelson. Excited to see what we're going to be building today.
Yes, I'm excited too. And again, thank you all for being here to judge this regional round of the Speed Build Challenge. But let's quickly meet our two brave challengers for this regional round. And we're going to start with Carter. Carter from Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome. How are you?
I'm doing very good, Nelson. How are you doing?
I'm so pumped up, fired up, and so happy you're here. I see some of your work, and I'm just blown away. And so my question to you right now is, this is your first time being on a speed build challenge. So how have you prepared for today's challenge?
I've just tried timing myself on just quickly getting designs done with random prompts that I just use with ChatGPT just to, just get a feel of what it's like. So at least I've got some preparation coming in because I haven't done this before. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this goes, doing it live in front of tons of people. So I'm excited.
I'm glad you're excited. I'm excited for you. And now let's meet your challenger. We have returning semifinals from Colombia, Carlos. Welcome back.
Hey, so good to be here again.
Yes. Last year you got third place. You competed. You competed on stage. So from that, what experience have you gained from last year's competition will you be bringing into today's challenge?
Well, every day you learn something new. So like after lots of projects, I believe that I have get better. And well, I have something very interesting to show today because, I like stories, that.
Yes. Last year you did a story of a UFO and a dog, I think. And so I'm excited to see what story you bring to the table for this first round for you. And again, congrats to both challengers, both Carter and Carlos, for making it this far into the challenge. But let's get into it. Let's start your regional round. Carter, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Carlos, are you ready?
Estamos listos, familia, amigos. Ya nos vemos.
All right. Now, let's see what you'll be building today. I'm going to end the poll. And it looks like we have to randomize the prompt 5 times. Thank you, everyone in live chat, for your votes. Let me read off the prompt. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. 5. A mobile app UI for a gym that has an Earth theme and also has a mouse movement interaction. I'm going to copy this and put it in Zoom chat for our challengers. I'm also going to post it and pin it for you, the live audience. Right, there we go. Again, a mobile app UI for a gym that has an Earth theme that also has a mouse movement interaction. Let's put 20 minutes on the clock. Right. Carter, are you ready?
Ready to rock.
Carlos, are you ready? All right. Good luck to you both. Ready, set, build. All right. They're getting started. While they're getting started, let's meet our guest judges a little bit more. Tanner, again, from Attentive. So I was learning more about you, and it seems like you're a typography nerd, and also you have a hobby of mixing drinks. So I'm wondering, if you had a world famous drink that that had a name after a font, what would you name it, and what would it be, and what would be in it?
Nelson, you've really done your research. You've really dug this up. I don't even. You know, I gotta be honest. I always have been. I still am. I'm totally a Helvetica nerd, unapologetic. So, and then I think, you know, in terms of like mixology, martinis are really having a moment right now. You know, there's so many riffs on the martini. So I think that's a classic drink. Helvetica is a classic font. Let's make an all Swiss martini, call it the Helvetica. You know, Swiss gin, Swiss vermouth. You know, lots of olive brine, real good, real classic, just like Helvetica.
If you open up a pop-up bar during Webflow Conf, I will be the first one there. So let's make that happen.
I'll take you up on that.
All right. And KC Catalbas, you were here as a finalist for last year's Speed Build Challenge. Now, how does it feel to be the other side of the table judging these two challengers? And actually, you competed against Carlos in that semifinal round. So how does it feel now on this other side?
Absolutely. It's a lot calmer on this side. I can just kind of breathe and watch and spectate. But yeah, I competed with Carlos last year. It was so much fun, and I've really gotten to know like the caliber of developer Carlos is, and I've also seen Carter's work too. But this speed build challenge is a little different from last year because there's all this extra stuff we can add in. They're using ChatGPT. I saw Carlos grab that. They can bring in their own assets, code, so it'll be really interesting to see what different things they're both able to come up with.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what happens too. And lastly, we have Austin, and a little fun fact, Austin, you've done the speed build challenge 4 years ago when it was just a very smaller event, when Webflow was still a growing, a smaller community. So seeing what's possible to build in Webflow today, would you be willing to compete next year?
I definitely consider it. The ability to use pretty much anything that's free is really cool. And the randomization, it's interesting seeing the ideas come through and then seeing the one that it settles on. But yeah, I think I would do it.
Nice. And again, I think we'll have like some sort of shirt challenge soon. But let's look at what the challengers have done within 4 minutes and 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Judges, if you want to call out anything, go ahead. What I'm seeing right now is on Carlos's screen, Sprint Troopers. Okay, we're going with the Star Wars theme.
Oh, it's like a Star Wars spin class. Nice.
That is very creative.
Oh my. That had to be some sort of mid-journey or something. That's amazing.
Dude, a spin class in a stormtrooper uniform would be so tough.
Yeah, I suppose that's the challenge, right?
I guess, yeah, definitely.
Again, audience, it's a mobile app UI for a gym that has an Earth theme that also has a mouse movement interaction. So really interested to see how this interaction plays out for this theme. Let's go to Carter's screen, and it really looks like a mobile app. I see tabs at the bottom, and yeah, he's using the Webflow tabs component for this.
Yeah, I'm loving how Carter is starting with structure. This is really like how I like to build and sort of start with the fundamentals. But it's interesting, we've got very different approaches from Carter and Carlos. So it's fun to see these play out.
Yeah, really exciting to see. Okay, so Carter is adding the screen here using tabs content, and really cool how he has the tab menu buttons at the bottom. And I'm wondering if he used Flexbox to flip them, because
Position absolute.
oh, nice. I like that. All right. Yeah, there's so many things you can do with the tabs component. You can move the buttons anywhere you want, move the content anywhere you want, but it still works as tabs. All right. Now I'm looking back at Carlos's screen, and it looks like he has the structure already done. And he's just adding images. He has a lot of images ready. Whoa. Already a lot of images in his image assets. See a lot of people in the live chat rooting for both competitors. Let's go, Carlos. I see Carter's name in the live chat. Awesome. Love to see the cheering. Right. Carter's says Cosmic Fit. Okay, I'm down for that. If you had to do a spin class next to a bunch of stormtroopers judges, would you do it?
Yes.
Am I also a stormtrooper, or is
That's a key
everyone else
question.
stormtroopers?
Only if we can make a comment to someone, you're a little bit short to be a stormtrooper.
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay, I see. Carlos is putting in like some floating rocks. So I guess like using the force or something to float the rocks around. And Carter is adding some imagery. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it's a boxer, I think. Interested to see how this works out. For a mobile app, judges, what is one mobile app that like really excites you when you're like, oh my gosh, this is a great first time user experience? Has there ever been a mobile app that made you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna continue with this first time experience, I'm gonna continue to sign up for this? Think about it.
I used one recently, and I had used their UI years ago, but I think they did a rebrand recently or something. But I used the TaskRabbit UI recently when I was moving, and it's really nice. Like, it's a great experience. The design is great. Everything's really intuitive. So that would be mine.
TaskRabbit. I haven't used TaskRabbit, even though it's super popular. But yeah, now I want to experience what that's like. All right. Anything coming out for you, judges? Okay, I see Carlos has flipped the content to be on the top and the image to be at the bottom. Anything else that's coming out to you, judges?
Definitely got more of a dark theme approach coming from Carter's side with the boxing and the dark background, and I'm definitely appreciating the rounded frame we've got here to sort of symbolize the mobile app UI.
Yeah, I like
Definitely. I love Carter's choice of fonts and all his work. So it's fun to see that pulled in here, even with the speed under pressure. It's still a cool font and rounded to match everything else.
Oh, cool. He's getting in on the active states for the tabs. It's pretty cool.
I like that too. I wonder if he has content. I haven't really looked, but I wonder if he has content already on the other tab panels. And I'm wondering, like, what are we gonna see?
No bueno. Not yet.
Very interested.
Carlos has got some blurring effects happening with those floating rocks, which is very fun.
Oh,
I think
nice.
he's also setting up to do some mouse-based parallax on that.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool.
That's the required interaction, a mouse movement interaction. That basically means, audience, that the wherever you move your mouse on the X and Y axis, the interaction will track where your mouse is, and you can tie some sort of animation or interaction to the mouse position. So it looks like we're almost halfway through the round, and we have Carter getting copy from ChatGPT, and we have Carlos already working on the mouse movement interaction. This is exciting. I want to see what Carter's going to do with the interactions, because I feel like there's so much he can do. Like,
Nelson, do you mind repeating the prompt again for
yeah,
what's needed?
A mobile app UI for a gym that has an Earth theme that also has a mouse movement interaction.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
This
Ooh.
takes me back, Nelson, because one of the challenges in that 2019 community was we had to make a mobile phone mock-up for the speed build. So, and not quite the same. We're working on like the UI here, but we did have to build like the shape of the phone, like the buttons,
Yeah.
speakers, all of that.
I think this was back before Flexbox was added to Webflow. Like, it was way back when.
The good old days. Or not.
Oh man.
It's amazing that just this time last year, using a tool like ChatGPT wasn't even an option for contestants in this kind of a challenge. It's been really cool to see, and yesterday as well, pulling in copy and custom code prompts. It's a really interesting tool for this kind of building rapidly.
Yeah.
Okay, fellow judges, how much do you like using ChatGPT for quick custom code?
I'm not a judge, but I'll raise my hand. Let's focus real quick. Let's focus in on Carlos's screen. He's adding a lot of depth of field using blur. I kind of like that. What are your thoughts, judges?
Yeah, he added that rock in the very front, and that added just so much more dimension. Whoa.
Yeah,
Even.
we've got a nice floating mouse interaction. That's great.
Yeah, I am enjoying the use of blur.
Oh my.
Carter, get back to your... Okay. All right, we have 8 minutes left. Challengers, 8 minutes left. Let's go back to Carter's screen. He has it says get started. I really like this it looks like a mobile UI because of buttons being at the bottom. I mean, that's where thumbs are. That's where you want to have most of your UI. As far as the mouse movement interaction, I'm very interested to see how that plays out in his design. Thoughts on this type of layout so far, judges? I'll go to you, Casey.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is to figure out how the mouse movement is going to play into everything. That'll be an interesting thing to add with this kind of layout. But as far as where the button placement is, totally makes sense for a mobile UI. Tabs is sort of the go-to thing here. So yeah, interested to see how it'll be to interact with this interface.
Yeah, I'm interested too. Let's go back to Carlos's screen. Austin, what are you thinking about this? There's only one button on Carlos's screen as a mobile UI. So what is your thoughts on this so far?
This almost feels like the splash screen to a mobile app. So what you would click into to get to like the rest of the sign up flow is kind of what I'm seeing him build here. So I think one button is okay on this screen.
All right. Yeah, I'm really interested. I mean, I see a mobile menu at the top right. Tanner, from these two, let's zoom out and see both. From these two, whose design is reaching out to you the most so far?
I think just at face value, just looking at the screen now, definitely getting more of a visual impact from what's going on Carlos's screen, just with all the imagery and the rocks floating. But I think really interesting potential things could happen with Carter's in terms of the interactions with the tabs, whatever that mouse interaction is going to be. I'm really curious to see what's going to come there.
Yep, and he's playing with the easing for his interactions. Again, it's a mouse movement interaction. It's the continuous mouse movement interaction where it tracks the X and Y position of your mouse. Right? We have people rooting for Carlos in chat. We have a couple people for Carter. Love the hype in chat. We are almost to the 5-minute mark. 5 minutes and 17 seconds, challengers. You're almost there. Keep going. Very proud of you both. Right, again, the prompt, a mobile app UI for a gym that has an earth theme that also has a mouse movement interaction. And I see a lot of earth theme in Carlos's screen, and I think the earth theme may come into play with Carter's screen. Oh, talking. Yeah, like I feel like there could be more movement for both projects, but we'll see how it all ends out once we get to 0. Austin, which project is coming out to you right now?
I'm torn. I want to see what Carter is doing with the mouse movement. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. But right now, I think Carlos is sticking out to me. I'm really liking now I don't see the blurred objects, but I was really liking the depth.
Yeah.
Looks like Carlos is adding sort of a class slider,
Mm-hmm.
sort of different class selectors in the bottom, which is an interesting additional feature.
Oh, okay. So you can choose the class you wanna join. I see that. I mean, I wouldn't want to join Darth Vader's class. I mean, he would just, I don't know, force choke you if you're not doing well enough. Scary.
But at the same time, really good motivator
That is
to
true.
really battle hard.
That is true.
Depending on your motivation style, I mean, we're all different, but
Yeah. If you have a fear-based motivation, fantastic.
Exactly.
motivator.
That. Yep.
fantastic.
Gotta introduce those options.
There we go. All right. Okay, we have even more buttons for Carter's screen. This is nice. Let's go ahead and focus on Carter's screen. So he has a login and setup. So this is probably like the first time user experience. Yeah, I'm feeling this one. Okay, he's moving it to the center. Nice. Okay, the power of Flexbox, how quickly you can position things. Love it. Love to see it. And all right, I think he's gonna get more stock photography. All right, what would you get? All right, let's check back in with Carlos's screen while Carter is pulling up some imagery. But it looks like we have 4 classes. All right. Oh, and he did a fade out. Okay, at the bottom of the Stormtrooper's image. Nice. Okay, challengers, you have 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Tanner, what would you build for this type of thing? What kind of theme would you build? And I'll just be honest right now. I found these themes I was like, let me just get earth, air, fire, water. Oh, airbender. So that's what I was coming up with. But like, if you had this prompt, what would you build?
Yeah, I've seen a prompt cycle through for sort of a movie poster or something, and maybe we take sort of the fire theme and we play off the Oppenheimer hype, and do something related to that. Maybe some mouse movement or page scroll interactions with fiery balls and all sorts of stuff like that. Could be wild.
Right. So if you build that, then that means other people have to build the Barbie version.
Of course, of course.
Yes. All right. Almost 1 minute to go. And at the end, judges, please count down the 10 seconds when we get there. But everyone in chat, please claps in chat for these two brave challengers. They're putting everything on the line. Let's focus in on Carter's screen. He has changed it up to be cosmic yoga.
Last minute pivot.
I'm down for that.
I feel like this really honors that Earth theme by being
It does.
on Earth.
Mhm.
Wow, that pivot, it immediately like changed the vibe, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is amazing to see. Austin, your thoughts on this pivot?
Yeah, I like it. I agree. It does really align with the Earth part of the prompt, especially the current tab color kind of really brings in like a earthy brown, like and a sand color.
I'm gonna cut you
Photos
off.
on a beach.
10 seconds.
Okay.
9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
6, 5,
five,
4,
four,
3,
three,
2, 1.
Hands off mouses. We are done. Woo-wee. All right. All right. Live audience. This is the time. Please please look at both of these projects really closely because you're going to be needed for this next part. All right. So, Challenger 1, please. Sorry, Carlos. Well, sorry. Carter. We're going to start with Carter. Carter, please publish your project and put the link in the Zoom chat so I can post it and share it on my screen. All right. And you'll have a chance to present your work to our judges and the audience. All right.
I just shared you all the link.
You just shared it. Got it. Got it. All right. I'm going to put it on my screen. And here we go. So go ahead. Talk me through what you've built.
Oh, I mean, in 20 minutes, needed to build a mobile app UI for a gym that has an Earth theme. And I think I struggled with the prompt first, trying to match a gym with an Earth theme at first, just because I was not really prepared for that in my head at all. So that's kind of like why I made the pivot at the end of having this yoga. And then I've got a mouse movement right there on the buttons where you've got the login and the sign up right there. I think that's the major mouse movement. And then there's a little bit of mouse movement as well on the images and turning into like the colors and tones of the Earth. And I think this yoga image right here kind of really works. And the typeface as well does scream, I want to go to yoga. So that's kind of like the direction was. I started very not clear in what I wanted to do. And then through the process, reaching towards the end time, I had to make a quick pivot, just try to figure out like search on pixels, like what images could I find that match Earth? And I'm like, wait, yoga, rocks, spirit, right? So that's kind of like how I connected that. And luckily I had this typeface already that was on Pangram Howlin that kind of like worked as well for the theme. And yeah, that's sort of what I've got.
Great job. Great job to you. Great job on the pivot. Yeah, this looks really, really good. All right, we're gonna go to Carlos. I was gonna say Carlos, Carter, almost the same name. All right, so we're gonna go to Carlos's project. Let me load it up and hold on real quick. Let me do the responsive mode. Right there. We're right there. Okay, I think that's a good breakpoint. Right there. Hold on.
Yeah, more or less around. Okay.
I have to zoom.
Yeah.
Do I have to zoom out or?
There you go.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's working. All right. So go ahead and please share what you've built.
Okay, so do you know that I like stories? So I'm preparing. Oh well, I was kind of prepared for this kind of parodic stories about Star Wars. So I choose like stormtroopers because they are kind of weak. They have this aim problem. So they have these many physical problems. So I was like creating an app for stormtroopers to do a spin class, and well, I just came up with this idea, like a combination with Star Wars parody and an app.
Awesome. And I'm clicking around because as Matthew Munger in our community team has pointed out that, yes, there is no such thing as mouse movement or mouse hovers in mobile phones. So that's why I have to click around. But I get it. I see the blur effect happening and the rocks are moving. But yeah, great job. All right. Let's go ahead and put 30 seconds on the clock. Let me close this up. All right. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. Judges, you have 30 seconds to submit your scores. And live audience, you also have 30 seconds to give 2 bonus points to a challenger of your choice. Head on over to the live chat now and cast your vote. Let's go ahead and put in those scores. And while that's happening, Carter, your first time here. How are you feeling? It's done.
Oh, that 20-minute went by very, very quickly. That's how I'm feeling. But no,
Yeah.
it's a good feeling just, putting myself in the spot and getting out of my comfort zone, doing something like this. And, it's a good learning experience as well. And yeah, I'm having fun.
So glad to hear it. Carlos, your second time around. How do you feel? Up, you're muted, I think.
I feel great despite, you never get used to this, feeling is very intense. But I'm happy to be here. It's a lot of fun, so I'm enjoying it.
Awesome. And the timer's up. I see the scores are in for the judges. So judges, go ahead and we're going to start with Austin. Austin, go ahead and tell us your scores and why.
Okay. Carter, I gave you a 7. I liked the direction you were heading with. I think everything looks great. I think the pivot left you with a little bit less time that you could have used to polish up some of the interactions. But overall, I like the color scheme. The pivot actually worked great with the photo you chose. And I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Moving over to Carlos. Carlos, I gave you an 8. I think your mouse-based interactions were great. The use of blur and depth of field is fantastic. The one thing I would have maybe changed is just making it work a little bit better in all browser sizes. Since we were doing a mock-up, I would have expected to see it almost like inset in a frame, similar to what Carter had done. But overall, love the design, love the mouse-based functionality. I would attend Spin Trooper class. I would.
Awesome. Next, we'll go to KC.
Yeah, so starting with Carter, I gave Carter a 7 as well. I liked the approach to kind of set the UI up with the tabs component. I thought that was really intuitive and starting with that structure there. But I do think you kind of ran out of time at the end, and the pivot kind of leaves you with a lot of things left to do and a lot of other interactions and things to polish up. So that was the reason for that score. But I did really like the yoga pivot at the end, and I feel like if you had more yoga in the brain at the time, we could have gotten a little more of that earth direction. And then I also gave Carlos an 8. I loved the mouse movement interaction. I feel like introducing the rocks there was a good pairing of the earth piece and the interaction piece. It's a really creative thing to do there. Also, just having all those spin classes was really funny at the bottom. So that is my score.
And lastly, Tanner.
Yeah, great job, both of you. Carter, I think super clear layout, really good work with the buttons on the bottom, and really strong pivot at the end. I think that was a really smart choice to do that. Echoing what Austin and KC said, I think that did limit your time in the home stretch a little bit, especially with the interaction and maybe a little bit more functionality. So Carter, I gave you a 6. Carlos, I think super visual design. I love the background imagery and the floating bits of earth around the screen that work really well as the mouse movement interaction. And the copywriting is great too as well. I think really striking visuals, and I too would sign up for a Spin Troopers class today. So Carlos, I give you an 8.
All right. And we have the community poll in, And those 2 bonus points are going to Carlos, which means the winner of this regional round of the 2023 Speed Build Challenge and recipient of the airfare, hotel accommodations, and the ticket to Webflow Conf is Carlos. Congratulations. All right. And huge congratulations to our runner-up, Carter. Let's go to Carter. Carter, it's a tough challenge. And again, I am so impressed by your work, how you can make that pivot. It's a tough thing, but you've put it all on the line. You're super brave. I just want to tell the audience real quick, you can save Carter. There's going to be a poll posted tomorrow on the Speed Build landing page. The link to it is in the description box below. There will be a poll. You can save him or another Speed Build regional runner-up to send them to San Francisco to take that 4th semifinalist spot. So this is probably not the last time we'll see Carter if you save him. So Carter, how do you feel, and any last words for the community before we let you go?
I honestly feel good because I didn't know what to expect. And again, those 20 minutes run very fast. And just having done this, it's made me think differently now about the Spill Bit challenge and what it's about. And, maybe having some assets ready or having some of this stuff already thought out. That way, you can get straight to the interaction, maybe not spend too much time on layout, because I think that's what I focused a lot on, was trying to get everything laid out clean and caught on, add my nice frames. But yeah, I think it's more of learning how to prioritize different things with your time that you've got. But so far, it's been a good experience. And yeah, I mean, if I get saved, that would be great, so I can show up in San Fran and actually compete in the actual finals in Webflow Conf. So yeah, that would be great.
Awesome. Let's give it up one more time for Carter. Claps in chat, please, for Carter. And again, you can see him in the semifinals if you vote for him tomorrow on the poll. Link in the description box. And let's go back to Carlos. Carlos, we're gonna see each other again. How you feeling?
I'm ready for it. Are you?
Oh, I'm ready. Well, congrats for winning this round, and thank you so much. We'll see you at the 2023 Webflow Conf on stage. I feel like you've been ready for this whole year. Yeah.
Maybe the last 10 days I was spending, too much time with the AI trying to figure out like cool ideas, cool particles and things to show. So I'm ready for more advanced in the stage.
You are ready. All right, let's give it up one more time for Carter and Carlos. Great job. Claps in chat. You both are wonderful. All right, folks, that's the end of our regional rounds week. And what a week it was. Thanks again to all the applicants, all the challengers, and you, our live audience, for helping cheer on your fellow community members. So just a reminder, our semifinals will be streamed live and in person at Webflow Conf, which is only 70 days away. So please be sure to register for your virtual ticket. And also don't forget, look for the poll. I keep mentioning it. Vote for one of these runners up so you will see them live on stage for the semifinals of the Speed Build Challenge. The link is in the description box below. And now let's give one more big, wonderful thanks to our guest judges. We have Austin, Tanner, and KC. Claps in chat for them. We'll start with KC. Austin with the confetti. KC, any last words before we let you go? Any last words for the community?
Oh my gosh, this was just so fun. Thanks for having me, and good luck everybody on that build in San Francisco.
Yes. And we'll go to Austin next.
Yeah, super fun being a judge. Way less stressful than being a competitor. Way less. But congratulations and good luck to everyone moving forward.
And lastly, Tanner.
Yeah. Whew. I mean, I'm sweating just having watched that. So, I mean, it's truly incredible that both of them built what they did in that amount of time. It's so impressive. Best of luck to them both. And yeah, stoked to see where this contest ends up.
I'm excited. The bar has been set by so far Ankita, Carlos, and Riziki. Those are the three semifinalists. We're looking for a fourth one to be added to the to the semifinals. But before we end, judges, chat, please join me in giving a big round of applause to our wonderful producers behind the scenes who have handled everything this week. Stacy Hahn and Mark Andrews. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. They have done so much to make these streams happen so smoothly, and for the judges, the challengers, and for you all, the community. So with that being said, that's the end of this round. Until next time, until next round, my name is Nelson Oblos Jr., reminding you all to make the web beautiful together. See ya.